is poppin', Jaret? How are you?
Blessed and highly favored. Thank you for asking. How you doing?
I'm good. Listen, we know you're the other co-owner of Respect the Roots, and we got some questions we need you to answer.
I got answers.
All right. What inspired you to start Respect the Roots, and how did the idea evolve into a full grooming and skincare brand?
Of course. So it's very easy, actually. First off, I want to say a lot of prayer. God is the head of our lives. Me and Jason are praying men. And this idea, I want to say, or I will tell you, came straight from God after years of praying for a focus, praying for something to do. Beyond that, Respect the Roots is a brand born from necessity. I had a dry beard just like a lot of guys out there. I struggled with growth, I struggled with skin irritation, and none of the products on the market worked. So I knew that I could make something that was better than what was out there. It was a point in my life where I found myself having maybe about 20 different grooming products, all specifically for my beard. Because as a young man, when we start growing facial hair, we want to keep that facial hair. We want it to look thick, full, rich, and healthy. And none of those products that I had were accomplishing that for me. So I knew that my mother always used natural products on her hair and her girlfriends and sisters and things like that. So I just somehow knew that natural products were the answer. I never thought that it would grow into a business or I could make it a business until I actually, after a couple of years of making my own batch of stuff, brand of things, that I had one consistent formula, and it actually worked. It gave me healthy sheen. It wasn't too greasy. It wasn't too thick. As they say, the story, fairy tale goes, it was just right. You know what I'm saying? So I would use the product. I would get compliments when I wore it, compliments on both the look, the feel, the fragrance. So I knew then that it would be something that many, many more people would want to have, because if you solve a problem for yourself, chances are other people have the same issue. Just like your teacher used to tell you, there's no such question as a dumb question, because if you have that question, somebody else has it as well. And then by the grace of God, I met my business partner, Jason. Jason is a master at a lot of things, a great family man, a man of God, but more so pertaining to the business, he's a master of marketing, master of sales. Him and myself combined, we have over 50 years of experience that help this business grow, that helps this business develop products, that helps us market, that help us sell. Jason does a great job of positioning us in a great way to be successful on all fronts. On the front end, I more so do things on the back end to position us to be successful, whether it be with customer service, developing new products, whatever is needed. And both he and I are selfless. I know you didn't ask this, but that's another question we get often is, how are we such great business partners? And that is because we're selfless. We're not selfish. We're always looking to solve a problem and help each other before ourselves. So I highly recommend, if you're contemplating on taking on a business partner other than yourself, that those be qualities that first you have and that you look for in a business partner.
Okay, dynamic duo. We love to see it. Can you share one of the biggest challenges you faced early in the business and how you overcame it?
Definitely COVID was one of the biggest challenges our business faced. And I would probably say that for every business that's still in business, that was in business during COVID, they would attest to the same thing. Just the uncertainty of what was going to happen, the fear, the health of people was a big concern. We lost a lot of loved ones during COVID. So, people were worried about if they were going to live or not, more or less buy a cosmetic product, buy something for their beard and for their hair. But we actually thrived through COVID, by the grace of God, by God's leadership, and of course, Jason positioning us in our stores that we were in. I think we were in either 12 or 13 locations at the time through COVID, and we made it through that. Now we are exclusively online because, like any business, you have to post and pivot and adjust to what the market demands. But being diligent got us through COVID. Planning ahead got us through COVID. And like I just said, adjusting to the market. You may start your business off one way and it be successful for a short time, but it's not always going to be successful that exact same way. The best businesses, the biggest Fortune 500 companies have always found a way to reinvent themselves, to change themselves. For instance, nobody thought Blockbuster would ever go out of business when I was a kid. Well, you can't find a Blockbuster now, but people are still watching movies with Netflix or whatever else is out there. So you have to change and adapt. So we were able to do that. But that was definitely a worrisome time for the business, and I'm thankful that we made it through.
Okay, so we know we call you like the big engineer. You know what I'm saying? You dig deep into the ingredients and found the perfect stuff to making sure it comes all together to help men and women. Tell us how that came about. Like, where did that come from? What's the mindset behind it?
Yeah, I'm a problem solver at heart. I'm an engineer at heart. I always want to solve an issue. I never run away from an issue. Like I said earlier in our conversation, chances are if you have a problem, somebody else has the problem, but very few people are willing to stick around and solve it. That requires diligence, it requires patience, and it requires you to want to put in the work. A lot of people want to know the quickest way. If you were to Google or YouTube, the fastest way to start a business, all kind of videos are going to pop up for that subject. There's no cheat code. You have to solve whatever. If you have the mind to have your own business, first you have to ask yourself, how is my business going to serve people? If you don't have a way to serve people, then chances are it's probably not a good business. You have to ask yourself, what problem am I going to solve for people? If you can't come up with what problem you're solving for people, it's probably not that great of a business, or it might your idea may need some tweaking and adjustment. But just problem solving, stick to itness, not running away from an issue just because it's difficult. Again, men have been growing beards long before Jason and myself. This isn't anything new, but what is new and innovative is the dedication to not put these harmful ingredients in our products, to keep our products, our cosmetics natural. That is the biggest difference that sets us apart from the other brands that's out there.
Okay. So how do you see Respected Roots impacting the community in the long run?
The best way we will impact our community, I guess it's two ways. One way is with our nonprofit called the Respected Roots Brotherhood Initiative. We work with young men and women, usually grades 9 through 12, to teach them life skills outside of the classroom. We focus on things that are important to everybody, not just kids, but things like financial literacy, conflict resolution, just to name a couple. I won't get all into it. But Jason and myself are advocates to always do something positive in the community, paying it forward, as they say, to educate those that are coming next. So we are always going to have an influence wherever we are. I'm from Detroit, but of course our nonprofit is right here in Atlanta, Georgia. So wherever I am and wherever Jason is, we are going to be involved with that community.
I love it. So Jason has already talked
about... Hold on. Oh, I also didn't mention the South Side too. The second thing is with these natural ingredients. Listen, we've been in the Atlanta area for over 10 years now. And I want to say we've had a huge impact, man. When I walk in the malls, when I walk in some of these popular events, guys are actually having better beards. You know, I don't have anything to pull out of my pocket to show you right now. But in general, guys are caring for their skin, caring for their beards. I know the time and effort that Jason and myself put into this, and I'll take that. I would just put that in my back pocket and say, Respected Roots, stamp that flag right here in Atlanta, Georgia, and help guys care for their skin, their hair, and their beards. I know guys want to act cool, but listen, we get the emails, we get the calls, and we get the DMs from these guys. They might not get out there and tell everybody they care about their hair and skin. I know some of the ladies, you might think, oh, my guy he cares. He wants to feel good. He wants to smell good. When you feel good, you smell good, you do good. So I like to feel like we impact the community that way as well.
Okay. He said I had to put that out there.
Of course.
Okay, so Jason already talked to us about, the big move into the new building, and especially you guys celebrating 10 years in the business. My question to you is, where do you see Respected Roots in the next 5 to 10 years?
In the next 5 to 10 years. So we will definitely be in our new building with plenty of more products for you guys. I wish I could tell you what we have on the pipeline already. But to be honest with you, Jason and myself, we're looking into the next 20 years, 20, 30 years, trying to predict, some of the ideas that we have. may work, may not, but as I mentioned earlier in this conversation, we will adjust and adapt. So what you could expect from Respected Roots are new products, natural ingredient products for your hair, for your skin, for men, women, for the whole family. Innovation, how you can reach us, development of our website, delivery options, app development. A lot of people have been asking the best way or a quicker way to purchase from Respected Roots. So technology is going to be on our side moving forward. More engagement. Our new facility is going to allow us to educate people more. That's what Jason and myself, we spend a lot of our time educating our customers on why they should care for their beards, how to care for their skin. So we'll be able to do that a lot more in our new facility. Because we will have the space and we'll have the means to do so. So it'll be a lot larger for us to accomplish those three things 5-10 years down the line. We look for Respected Roots to be a staple in every household. You know, you won't have to explain what we are. You'll just have to say, hey man, your hands look a little dry. Go grab a bottle of that Respected Roots out of the bathroom, you know, and we'll just be a household name and a staple for everybody that wants to have healthy hair and skin naturally.
I love it, household name. We speaking it, well, it's already in existence.
In existence.
Now, last question. What type of legacy you want to leave behind for your family and also for your business?
We did something that mattered. We served our community. We were selfless and we did something that mattered and made a difference. I think that's powerful in and of itself, and I believe that's something that everybody can accomplish naturally within their own household, within their own circle of friends and family. So I just want to amplify that on a large scale. Respected Roots came, Jaret Patterson and Jason Hawkins saw problems, they fixed problems, they served their community, they were men of God, and that to me speaks volumes of legacy for people to talk about well after we are here. And thanks to technology, it won't be just something that you would guess. It would be something that you could research through technology, through videos like this on YouTube, through our engagement, through our nonprofit. You'll actually be able to go back and see the impact that we've had in ushering through Respected Roots. So that's what I would like it to be. We helped and served our communities well.